Welcome back to the Crypto Report. I'm Blacksea, and I have another video for you guys. Today, I want to talk about Bitcoin. I want to take a look at crypto.com CRO Coin because I'm seeing some very interesting things in the charts. So without further ado, let's hop into this video. Please hit that like button, subscribe. We're almost at 15,500 subscribers. Let's go in. All right, so guys, Bitcoin is trading at $67,717, up about 0.78% on the day. Bitcoin dominance slowly coming down here. 51.99%. When you exclude stablecoins, we're basically at 54%. I do expect that to kind of get a little bit more of an uptick as we get closer and closer to this halving, which, to be quite frank with you guys, it's not that far away. It's not that far away at all. We're about a month and 13 days away about that. It's supposed to be around April 20th. But I do expect Bitcoin to increase Bitcoin dominance, absorb some of that liquidity. But we are seeing right now some of these altcoins make some big moves. Since we got that rejection off of the previous high at 70,000 and we made that big capitulation to the downside, we made it quite the recovery. I mean, we'll call this what this is. This was a big flush out. It was just flushing the leverage, the over-leveraged longs and the shorts. That's exactly what was happening. And now that we're trading sideways at this level, a little bit beneath the $70,000 price level, we are seeing some of these altcoins absolutely rip. Solana at $149, almost $150, absolutely insane. Binance making some big moves, and CRO Coin, guys. CRO Coin is also sneaking up into that fair value price range, which we'll be talking about shortly. But I do want to talk about some things I'm seeing in the market here. And inside this green box on Bitcoin, this is kind of the area where I believe we could be trading sideways in before we really break out above it, before we break previous all-time highs, which is about the $69,000, $70,000 price range. We barely broke above the previous high. We broke above, I think, by $200. I think we got to like 69,200, and it was for literally probably 30 seconds, and then we immediately plummeted down, flushed out the longs. But I do think that inside this green box, we could be testing the previous high before we finally get that breakout to the upside. It could take some time. When we zoom out here and we look at these other green boxes I've drawn, let me zoom out here over on the daily, kind of shows a little bit of a better picture here. If we zoom out, back when we previously broke the previous cycle high at around 20,000, we trade inside this green box right here for about 24 days. Something like that seems like it could very likely repeat, and that's what I'm starting to see here play out. The real question is, did the Bitcoin spot ETFs change it? Is this time different? The infamous words, is this time different? I will argue that I think, yes, it is a little bit more different. I think that there is going to be a different variable that we need to be thinking about, and that is these spot ETFs. And I want to show you a little bit of another concerning, maybe not concerning, but a data point that is intriguing to me, which is the monthly returns. Guys, right now, if March closes positively, and April, which is when the halving is, closes positively as well, then that will be the most consecutive months of positive returns in Bitcoin's history. I know that may sound bearish because you say, oh, well, there has to be a negative a month at some point, right? Right? Maybe this time is different because of the spot ETFs. But I will be honest with you guys. Transparency is very important to Crypto Kip and I on the Crypto Report. And I will say that I believe that April, during the halving, potentially will be a sell the news event. I do believe that it will potentially be a sell the news event. Now the question is, for how long? Will it be something similar like the Bitcoin spot ETF, where we saw a swift move to the upside with a immediate flush out to the downside? Back here, we came up to about $49,000 and immediately came down, flushed down to 42K, and we came all the way down to basically about 39,000 on a wick. Then we started to come back up. It was very swift. Will something similar like that happen around the Bitcoin halving? Will we see a move to the upside as the hype is increasing for the Bitcoin halving, which is what we've been talking about for literally the past year on the channel? We see the hype building, hit the halving, and bam, come down, trade sideways a little bit, and recover. It could happen. But full transparency, I may think that it's not a terrible time to take a little bit off the table leading up to the halving. I've been taking some profit on some meme coins. I've been de-risking a little bit. I still have my moon bags because, to be quite frank, guys, this time could be different. It could be different. We could just have positive month after positive month. It could happen. We're starting to see that S-curve of adoption. We're starting to see many more people start to understand crypto's here to stay. It's getting the recognition it deserves. This is also an election year, which overall usually is a positive return on investment for equities, risk on assets. They don't really want the markets crashing because they want to be reelected. That's how it usually goes. We also have the Fed policy potentially changing in a more dovish manner, potentially cutting rates. But people are also talking about that they're maybe priced in already. This time could be different. It could be different. But I am always going to say and be the advocate and say that it's never a bad idea to take profits, especially if you've been buying since the bottom, guys. Especially if you've been buying when we were down. If you've been around when FTX collapsed and you're buying down here, then it's probably not a terrible idea to realize some profits. De-risk just a little bit. Just a little bit. It's not financial advice, but I put my money where my mouth is, and that's what I'm doing right now. And you may say that it's premature to take some profits, but I like taking profits along the way. And everybody should have they should find the best strategy that works for you guys. You guys should figure out what works best for you. But quite personally, I like taking profits on the way up. I always keep some to stay exposed, just in case if it's a runaway crypto where, let's say, CRO Coin. I probably won't sell all my CRO Coin because there's a chance that it just keeps going. And I do want to talk about CRO Coin a little bit here because CRO Coin, guys, our next target here is fair value of about 20 cents. We saw some big wicks up to about 18 cents, which is very common for CRO Coin. You see these big moves to the upside with a little bit of a smackdown retracement. It's kind of how it goes. But all in all here, guys, CRO Coin is probably going to shock a lot of people. It is my indicator when I look at CRO Coin as it's a great indicator to see how much retail is back. How much retail interest is there in the crypto space? And when I see CRO Coin rallying, well, I say, okay, well, retail is probably coming back right about now. And now that doesn't mean that, oh, well, retail's here, we need to come down immediately. No. It doesn't mean that at all. You can keep going. FOMO can happen for a significant amount of time. We can stay in the fear and greed index. We can stay on the greed index of 90 plus for a few months. That's possible. It's possible. I do think that my next target here is probably around 20 cents for CRO Coin, and hopefully we can get above that level before the halving, especially if Bitcoin trades sideways here. It's going to really favor the altcoins, and then get a nice bounce, breakout, test of 20 cents, and make our way back up to, say, about 50 cents, which is quite incredible to think about. I mean, it's been a long time since we've been up in that level, around 50 cents, but we're due for it. We're due for it. Guys, if you like this type of content, please hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel right now. It really helps us out a lot. Please check out some awesome referral links we have down below. A $4,100 sign-up bonus to Femex. All you got to do is click the link, deposit, trade a little bit, get a bunch of free money. Also, please go follow me on Twitter at 333Blacksea. I'm very active over there. That's all I got for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.